From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker.
Are the pumpkins perfect for the picking this year, or did all the rain ruin this year's crop? Tonight we head to a local farm, a popular place during the Halloween season. And later, a car leads police on a chase through the city. It ends with a nasty accident early this morning. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. It's been a rough patch in the pumpkin patch. Halloween is just over a month away, but will you be able to carve a jack-o'-lantern this year? Hurricane Irene and Tropical Storm Lee washed out hundreds of pumpkins across the region, and the supply is very low in some parts of our state. But how is the crop here in Greater Hazleton? News 13's Christina D'Amato reports that one local grower will have plenty of pumpkins this fall.
It is only luck. There is no, when you're dealing with Mother Nature, you get what you're dealt and you deal with it.
And folks at Berger's Farm in Drums have been dealt a good hand. Luckily, their farm has missed a lot of the recent storms.
We didn't have many flood damage, which a lot of other farmers are unfortunate around the area. But luckily, we got all our crops are doing well.
The first harvest has come in. While many people will just be hunting for pumpkins, it looks like you will be able to find the great pumpkin here.
So we have nice pumpkins, as you can see. It's doing pretty good. We had a little wind damage from the hurricane, but it nothing that made a big difference. It knocked a little corn around, but we're still picking. We still got corn. We have just about everything that we would ordinarily have.
Like pumpkins in all different shapes, sizes, and colors. The farm prepared for the wet weather by using a new method of planting called no-till.
Plant rye in the fall now, and then when you go to plant the pumpkins in the spring, you roll the rye down, which leaves like a straw mulch down, and you plant into that. And now on a wet year, it pays off because it helps hold the pumpkins off of the dirt, the straw, and on a dry year, it holds the moisture down.
Farmers here say they're happy that their fall crops are thriving, but the weather has affected tomatoes.
The only thing that we are short on, which we still do have, is tomatoes, is the only thing, and that is more or less the cold, cloudy weather held that up. They're not a real cool crop, so they're taking this cool weather a little harder than the rest. But we still do have tomatoes. We do have nice tomatoes. They're on the pink side, but we do have tomatoes.
But even more pumpkins. Farmers say maybe it's the farm's location that saved them this year from a Halloween nightmare.
From around the area along the rivers, they got a little unfortunate. A lot of their crops got flooded right under, and some got hit with hail in the summer here, and the hurricanes hit a little harder. Yeah. But like I said, I guess it's more of a luck thing. We managed to get missed, and no serious complete losses of anything of ours.
This week, workers will be out picking more pumpkins and setting up a pumpkin patch. In the community of Drums, Christina D'Amato, News 13.
Thanks, Christina. Luzerne County Commissioners and the Emergency Management Agency encourage residents who sustain damage from flooding from Tropical Storm Lee or even Hurricane Irene to register for assistance with the Federal Emergency Management Agency by visiting the Disaster Recovery Center at the Advanced Technology Building on the campus of Luzerne County Community College. The center will be open 7 days a week from 10 in the morning till 7 at night. Residents can also register online at www.disasterassistance.gov or by calling FEMA direct at 1-800-621-3362. Other agencies operating out of that disaster recovery center at the college include the Small Business Administration, the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection, Department of Public Welfare, the Department of Transportation, Bureau of Aging, and many others. The American Red Cross is a major part of the flood cleanup process, but as volunteers continue to help the victims, the nonprofit agency is in desperate need of help as well. Help in replenishing the blood supply, which is critically low because of the flooding and destruction. The devastating storms forced many blood drive cancellations and a shortfall in inventory. 142 American Red Cross blood drives have been canceled here in northeast Pennsylvania and in the central part of the state, resulting in a shortfall of more than 4,700 units of blood blood to date and affecting the ability of volunteer blood donors to travel to drives to give blood. For those areas not heavily impacted, the Red Cross is urging immediate blood and platelet donations. Community members in affected areas are asked to consider donating blood once it is safe to do so. Blood has a limited shelf life, and platelets have a shelf life of just 5 days. Nationwide, around 44,000 blood donations are needed each and every day to meet the needs of accident victims, cancer patients, and children with blood disorders. These patients and others rely on blood products during their treatment. To schedule an appointment to donate blood or platelets, visit the Red Cross online at redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Everything from socks, shoes, blankets, clothes, and cleaning supplies now fill our lobby here at News 13. We are assisting St. Paul's Lutheran Church with their Buckets of Love campaign. Church members are collecting household items from cleaning products, gloves, buckets, sponges, bleach, basically any products to help clean up the mess. News 13 is a drop-off site for that collection, and you can bring the items to us now through Friday and maybe into next week from 9 to 5. All of the buckets will be delivered to those who need them most. In addition, we are your drop-off spot for new and used clothing and socks, especially in children's sizes. It's called Support for Shikshini, a place completely destroyed by the flooding, leaving many folks with no clothes or personal belongings. To support Shikshini, bring new and used clothing right here to News 13 in downtown Hazleton, again, Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. We ask you to help News 13, St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Mountaintop, and Hazleton Mayor Joe Yanuzzi help those who need us most right now. We will be collecting throughout the rest of this week, and everything will be delivered by Friday. And we, like I said, will go into next week as well because the response has been overwhelming. So I'd like to send out a great big thank you to everyone who has donated thus far. The response has been amazing. Our media partners, the Standard Speaker and the Citizens Voice, teamed up with the Red Cross and are collecting for the flood victims as well. So far, more than $90,000 has been raised in just the first week of the Red Cross local flood relief drive. As of Monday afternoon, 72,000 had been received by mail, and then another 20,000 had been received via the internet. That made a grand total of $92,782. Contributions are tax deductible, and all of the funds raised will be directed toward flood victims in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Donations can be made online at localfloodrelief.com, or you can find a donation form in today's edition of the Standard Speaker. Now to a different kind of collection, this time for our heroes. And it's all thanks to local high school students serving on a can-do committee. Local military personnel stationed abroad can receive a care package this holiday season. The Student Action Committee is seeking names of servicemen and women with local ties to send them packages as part of Operation Can Do, a collection drive of food, personal care, and entertainment items for members of the military. Can Do has partnered with the American Legion Post 473 in Freeland for the past several years to coordinate this successful drive. Those who have a loved one stationed overseas are encouraged to submit his or her name and delivery information so a care package can be sent. Packages will be assembled in early November and shipped just in time to arrive for the holidays. Names and addresses can be submitted to Nancy Stasko at nstasko@hazeltoncando.com or call 455-1508. Donations from business and individuals are being accepted through October 21st. Donations may be made from 9 to 5 Monday through Friday at Can Do's Renaissance Building in downtown Hazleton. That's at the corner of Broad and Church Streets on the second floor. Business or individuals who would like to make a monetary donation are asked to make checks payable to Operation Can Do. For a complete list of items appropriate for donation, visit www.hazeltoncando.com. Well, still to come tonight on News 13, Freddie's back from the Big Apple and has more on Tampa Bay Rays manager Joe Maddon's effort to bring something good to the greater Hazleton community. And he's doing it with the help of his players. And a nasty wreck in the city early this morning. Police were in pursuit. What started it all and what caused the crash?
Stay tuned for great local programming all night long right here on SSP TV. At 7 o'clock, it's the Sam Lasan Show. Join Sam as he talks with John Keegan. 7:30 is Inside Scoop. Political analysts Rick Morelli, Mike DeCosmo, and Dr. Dave Sosar talk politics on a local and a national level. 8 o'clock is Feeling Good. Join host Dr. Joe Bafil and Debbie Losan as they discuss chiropractic care and total body wellness. 8:30 is Law Talk. Attorney Conrad Falvello, a fourth-generation lawyer, offers legal advice on a variety of issues. And then from 9 to 10, it's our Fun Fest coverage. Don't forget about the rebroadcast of our news at 6, 10, and 11:30.
You're watching News 13, brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker with Janine Mazurkevich, Kristen Baczynski, Christina D'Amato, and Nikki Grimes.
Over 55 years, Hazleton Standard Fuel Company Incorporated has been serving the area with high standards in the heating industry. Installation and repair work done by certified master technicians. Preheating specials, convenient budget plans. Call us today at 454-0504. Hazleton Standard Fuel Company Incorporated.
When your car has seen her last mile, you want to make sure her old parts and fluids go here and not here. At Harry's U-Pull-It, we dispose of your old car parts the right way, recycling every piece possible. From parts to fluids, when you bring your old car to Harry's, you'll know that our state-of-the-art system is keeping your footprint as green as possible. Harry's U-Pull-It.
J-Bell, a trusted name in jewelry since 1916. J-Bell's hand-finished jewelry is among the finest made in the United States. The secret to J-Bell's success and quality is our state-of-the-art die-striking process, backed by skilled craftsmen. As many as 30 different steps may go into a single piece. It's like wearing a work of art. That's why J-Bell is found at only the finest jewelry stores.
Stop by Howard's Jewelers in the Laurel Mall in West Hazleton to see our magnificent collection of J-Bell die-struck engagement rings.
Anyone can make a phone call. What's important is who's on the other end. We've been doing injury law for more than 35 years. It's what we do most. It's what we do best. It's what we do every day. So if you're hurt and want a lawyer who does nothing but injury law every day, there's no reason to call anyone else.
Falvello Law, Injury Lawyers.
A high-speed chase early this morning ended when the car police were trying to stop crashed. This is what it looked like on Diamond Avenue at the intersection with Cedar Street. It was about 4:30 this morning when the accident happened. The car smashed into a telephone pole, trapping the driver, 19-year-old Elvis Tejeda, inside. Now, firefighters had to cut him out of the mangled wreckage. We're told there were 2 others in the car with Tejeda. They fled the scene but were later caught. Police tell us they were 23-year-old Freddie Mendoza of Butler Township and 22-year-old Matthew Contis of South Wyoming Street. The chase started when Tejeda took off at a high rate of speed in the area of South Laurel and Mine Streets. Tejeda, along with Contis, went to the hospital. Tejeda, faces charges including fleeing from police. Mendoza was also arrested. A birthday celebration turned ugly. A West Hazleton man was charged by West Hazleton police after an alleged fight during a birthday party back in August. 32-year-old Michael Fye was at the party at 411 Allen Street for his cousin, Samantha Hill, when he got into an argument with her and another guest, Scott Piccarello of New York. According to police, Fye began screaming and cursing and then started to punch and kick Victor Valente along with Piccarello. Hill attempted to intervene and get Fye and Piccarello off of Valente when Fye punched a 13-year-old girl in the face. Fye then began to kick the passenger side window of Valente's vehicle, smashing that window. Fye is expected back in court later in October. A dreary day in Greater Hazleton here. Clouds moved in last night and the rain started to fall overnight as well. I personally would have liked to stay in my jammies all day and get my Snuggie and watch some daytime television, but I did come to work so I could be on television and bring you all the forecast, which is mostly cloudy skies with a low down to 56 degrees. It looks like no showers expected for tonight, but there is a chance of rain for your Wednesday. Clouds remain, but will get a little warmer at 70 degrees. Forecast tonight live at 5 brought to you by Valmont Auto Sales, 501-2626, located on Route 93 in West Hazleton. And also tonight's weather being brought to you by Justin Mateo, independent team Beachbody coach. Decide, commit, succeed. And Mateo supports Shakeology, P90X, Insanity, Turbo Fire, and P90X2. For more information, call 233-7516. Ask for Justin, or you can visit any of the websites on your screen right now to learn more about the products that Justin endorses through Beachbody. On your screen right now, you're winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck. Daily number 581, Big 49289, Quinto 90010, and treasure hunt 4, 5, 7, 14, 28.
Good evening, everyone, and here's your lineup for Wednesday. Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. A happy 11th birthday to Kristen Snyder. This wish comes from your mom, your dad, grandmother, and Aunt Patty. A happy birthday to Mark Nasco. This wish comes from your friends, family, and all of us here at News 13. And a happy 13th birthday to Abby John. This wish comes with love from Mom, Dad, Robbie, Ashley, and all of us here at News 13. And now for tonight's Talk of the Town. The American Cancer Society of the Greater Hazleton Area presents a Look Good, Feel Better program. This will be on October 3rd from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Health and Wellness Center and on October 4th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Hazleton Imaging. Volunteer beauty professionals teach women with cancer how to deal with the side effects. For reservations, please call 1-888-227-5445, option 1, before October 1st. And that's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 extends our deepest sympathies to the family and friends of these recently departed. Jeffrey Donnelly of Barnesville. The funeral services will be on Friday at 11 a.m. from the Mahanoy Area High School Auditorium. John Kowalczyk of Levittown. The funeral will be on Thursday at 9:30 a.m. from the Damiano Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Edward S. Lutsky of Hazleton. The funeral will be on Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. from the Firo Funeral Home. Jennifer G. Stoss of Hazleton. The funeral arrangements are pending from the Yosak Funeral Home. And Mary Polowski of Frackville. The Nice Heart Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilex Floral Shop on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111.
The Mountain View Cemetery, located along North Street in West Hazleton, has served as a final resting place for beloved members of area families since 1900. This non-denominational cemetery is available for all. The new section will use flat bronze grave markers to denote the name of the loved ones. Please contact the Mountain View Cemetery Association, 454-8101.
Schumann Disposal Incorporated is a local family-owned company proudly serving Cunningham, Sugarloaf, Drums, and Beech Mountain since 1963. Roll-off and rear-load containers are available. To schedule weekly trash pickup and container services, give Schumann Disposal a call, 788-1294. Our business is picking up.
In this week's Super segment, we are going to be learning more about the anti-bullying policy here in the Hazleton Area School District. Two administrators are here to tell us more. Tony, you are the vice principal at the high school.
Right, I'm Tony Constant, the 11th grade vice principal.
Okay, and then I'm also here with the principal at the West Hazleton Elementary Middle School.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn Podlesny, and like Kristen said, I'm the principal at the West Hazleton Elementary Middle School.
Jocelyn, tell me a little bit about what the policy is all about and the purpose to this anti-bullying.
Well, our school district has always had an unlawful harassment policy, but what the charge was in regards to the formation of our committee was to come up with a specific anti-bullying policy, which is policy 249 for students and policy 349 for adults. And what specifically it spells out, the identification and purpose of the policy, identifies what bullying actually is, and a whole protocol of what students and adults can do so they could be assisted and served by the adults in the district so they aren't bullied, and if they are, we can assist them in making it stop. So we've put a policy in place, and I'd like to read the purpose of the anti-bullying policy number 249. The board, which is the Hazleton Area School Board, is committed to providing a safe, caring, respectful learning environment for all students. The board recognizes that bullying creates an atmosphere of fear and intimidation, detracts from the safe environment necessary for student learning, and may lead to more serious violence. Bullying of students is strictly prohibited and shall not be tolerated. So what we do is, as administrators, we take a look and survey every situation and look into it, following a checklist and protocol to be sure that when students report things, if it is bullying, and bullying is a repeated action of things. It's continued over time. It could be unwanted teasing, threatening, intimidated, stalking, and then it also could be utilized with our technology, with the computer, the cyber stalking. It can turn into physical violence, a number of things. So as listing all those, we definitely want those kind of things not to happen, and if they are, to stop in our school district. We've created a bullying checklist for our administrators to follow, and just a checkpoint to be sure that everything we do, we are serving the students by making sure that they're taken care of, that we provide all the necessary interventions and strategies to get it to stop, and then afterwards to do a follow-up.
The one aspect to this was to truly educate not only the students but the contracted employees of the district. The idea behind this was to, number one, come up with some type of an educational component which would, again, educate every contracted employee, but to make sure that everyone was well-versed, not only in policy, but in procedure. Secondly, these individuals, these contracted employees, would in turn be able to educate, or at least better educate, students at the school level, K through 12. Therefore, we have a number of employees who would be able to not only educate, but to better handle the process of what harassment is and what bullying is, but to be able to help students cope if they are indeed having a great deal of trouble.
As a district, all administrators have come together, principal-wise, and have talked about being consistent on how we're handling situations, and in turn talking to our assistant principals. Students need to report to an adult, a responsible type of reporting, that they could seek out help, and some may be concerned, some may be frightened that they don't want to tell anyone, but we're unable to help unless they reach out for that help.
So as you heard, teachers are here to help students. There's counselors, parents, all to help end bullying here in schools, all throughout the country. It's very important to follow this policy, and if you have any questions or concerns, you can just call the Hazleton Area School District. For this week's Super segment, I'm Christina D'Amato, and now I'll send it back to the studio.
And we're going to send it right to a contest. Time to give away those concert tickets we promised you last Friday when we welcomed Amelia Bergeron to the news live to talk about the Letterman, who will hit the stage this Friday night at the Hazleton Area High School. And it's all made possible by the Greater Hazleton Concert Series. Call us right now at 459-9813. We have 2 tickets for our third caller. This is for the Live at 5 newscast only. Please do not call during a rebroadcast tonight. This show is going to happen Thursday, September 22nd at the Hazleton Area High School Auditorium at 7:30. So make sure if you want to go see the Letterman, the original Letterman, call us right now, and good luck. Mark your calendars and hope for nice sunny weather. The Freeland Police Association will be hosting its first annual bike run on Saturday, September 24th to raise funds for the Freeland Police Department, with all proceeds going towards the Equipment Fund and the Dare training for kids. Registration for the event begins at 10 o'clock in the morning at the Other Side Bar and Grill on Center Street in Freeland. The ride will begin at 12 o'clock noon, and it will go approximately 70 miles through the Poconos with 2 stops. Following the ride, a cookout with live entertainment and door prizes will be held at the Freeland VFW Grove on Route 940 on Veterans Road. Bikes and cars, trucks are welcome to participate. Riders and passengers who pre-register will receive a Bike Run commemorative t-shirt. Registration forms are available at the Other Side or at Freeland Videomania. For more information, you can contact Ron at Videomania 636-0140 or Jonathan at the Other Side at 636-1055. The cost is $20 per driver, $15 per passenger, and the cost is $10 for anyone wishing to just attend the cookout entertainment following that event. News 13 is once again teamed up with the Standard Speaker for Football Mania. All you football fans, just listen up. The Standard Speaker is giving you the chance to walk away with $100 each week, along with some other great prizes. Just fill out the entry forms seen each Monday in the Standard Speaker. Pick the teams you think will walk away with wins. Drop your entry form off at any of the participating sponsors, including Lehigh Tire, Valley Pharmacy, Hollywood Diner, SSP TV News 13, or of course the Standard Speaker. And if you picked all the winners 100% correctly, you walk away with $100 cash. Winners will be announced on Tuesdays live at 5:30 right here on News 13. You are only allowed 1 entry per week, so good luck at winning Football Mania. And since it's Tuesday, here you go. For week number 2 of Football Mania, we have no overall winner of the cash. However, the winner of a $25 gift card to Hollywood Diner is Bonnie Johnson. Congratulations to you. Well, that does it for us live at 5 tonight. If you missed any of tonight's news, you can catch it on the web 24/7 at our new and improved website, ssptv.com. Stay tuned tonight, live at 5:30. We have some beneficial health-related news, from screening for prostate cancer to getting your flu shot to seeing if you are at risk for a stroke. Stay with us. We're back in just a few.
Is anyone ready when you are? How about your doctor or lawyer, your contractor, husband or kids? Is their time really more valuable than yours? We don't think so. The Wire guys always have time for you. For lighting or a standby generator, we're there. Wiring upgrade or renovations, no problem. New appliances or media room, we're ready to hook you up. Call us for an immediate appointment. We won't make you wait, and everything's guaranteed. The Wire guys!
Savings of the Green Sale event is now in progress. Experience tomorrow's technology today with Earthwise vinyl windows and doors installed by Just Windows and much, much more. Saving energy daily translates into saving money, and saving Mother Earth for tomorrow's generations of homeowners is priceless. So take the leap to more eco-friendly homes with an environmentally friendly windows and doors from Just Windows and much, much more.
Ashley, you forgot about free estimates.
Come on, man. Call today for a free estimate. Tell them Ashley sent you.
Luzerne County needs Dick Hughes as judge. With the highest ethical rating possible, he'll bring integrity to our court. Dick Hughes, a quarter-century of broad-based legal experience in the courtroom, and as a criminal prosecutor, he's endorsed by law enforcement. Dick Hughes, committed to running an efficient court that saves tax dollars. Vote Dick Hughes for judge. The right person, the right time.
Do you want the area's best selection of beer in cases and kegs? Well, you've got it at JoJo's Beverages on the Airport Beltway. All the best brews, no extra charge for cold ones, and over 300 varieties by the cases, plus kegs and lottery. We also carry Tom Hicken bottled water and great spring water. So when it comes to where you go for your brew, go to JoJo's Beverage, owned and operated by Joe Nemchek, a Nemchek family company, on the Airport Beltway in Hazleton, open 7 days a week.
At Crop and Hughes Funeral Homes, we help you write your life story with pre-planning arrangements. Life is an adventure filled with good times, triumphs, everyday acts of kindness, and love. Talk to us about today's many options and choices, everything from personalized touches to custom urns and memorials, because no one knows your life better than you. Let us help you plan a fitting memorial. Crop and Hughes, with 2 locations in the Hazleton area. We're not just at your service, we're by your side.
In Pennsylvania, more than half of children ages 4 through 7 who died in 2009 highway crashes were improperly restrained or not belted at all, even though the law requires booster seats for kids in that age group. National Child Passenger Safety Week kicked off Sunday, a time for parents to learn more about how to use car and booster seats correctly and to restrain their children on every trip.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hi again, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. Tonight, I'm Kristen Bazinski. In 2010, 9 children from newborns to age 8 lost their lives in vehicle crashes in this state, and more than 2,000 were injured. As a parent, that's a scary thought. Parents are encouraged to make sure their children are properly restrained and to learn the law during National Child Passenger Safety Week, which kicked off Sunday and runs till the end of this week. Pennsylvania law requires that children under the age of 4 ride in a federally approved car seat that is appropriate for the child's age, height, and weight. Children between the ages of 4 and 8 must use a booster seat if they are no longer in a car seat. State law also requires children between the ages of 8 and 18 must use a seatbelt. Drivers potentially face tickets and fines for violating child safety restraint laws in Pennsylvania. The maximum fine on the first offense is $100. Automobile crashes remain a leading cause of death for children, and it's important that parents consistently and correctly use the appropriate car seat to keep their child passengers safe. State troopers who are specially trained offer free sessions with parents to help properly install child seats and offer information to parents as well. You can call your local state police barracks to schedule a check, and for a list of safety seat checks and other events, you can visit www.pakidstravelsafe.org. As the weather cools off and autumn quickly approaches, it's time to get protected from the dreaded flu, of course, and it looks like there will not be a shortage of the vaccine. Flu shots this year will protect against several strains of the highly contagious virus, and health experts are recommending everyone over 6 months old get one to protect against a pandemic. Unlike in past years, experts say they do not expect any shortages of the vaccines, which are available in both shot and spray forms at most doctors' offices and also pharmacies. This year's vaccine remains unchanged from last year. Now, the nation's largest flu vaccine manufacturer, not far from here, actually just over in Swiftwater, expects to ship more than 60 million doses of their Fluzone flu vaccines by the end of the month. Flu season typically begins in early October and ends in May, with the majority of people getting sick in January and February. It takes about 2 weeks for a flu shot to fully take effect. Doctors say the very young, the elderly, and those with weaker immune systems are more at risk to develop serious bacterial infections after falling ill with the flu. In addition to protecting people from getting the flu, the vaccine also helps people avoid spreading the illness to others. About 33,720 men will die of prostate cancer, and about 1 man in 6 will be diagnosed with prostate cancer during his lifetime. Prostate cancer is the second leading cause of cancer death in American men, behind only lung cancer. It's important for men to be screened. The Greater Hazleton Health Alliance will be offering free prostate cancer screenings Thursday from 5:30 to 7 at the Hazleton Health and Wellness Center. The screening is targeted to reach individuals who do not see a urologist or healthcare provider on a regular basis for a prostate screening. Men 50 years of age and older should attend the screenings, in addition to men 40 years of age and older who are at risk for prostate cancer, such as men who are African American or have a family history of prostate cancer. Pre-registration for this is required, so to schedule an appointment, you can call 501-6204. You better do it quick because space is limited. And the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance will present All About Stroke, a free community educational program tomorrow night from 6 to 7:30 at the Hazleton Health and Wellness Center. Prior to the start of the program, guests will have the opportunity to submit questions that will be discussed by a panel of health experts. Topics to be covered include stroke prevention, symptoms, treatment, rehabilitation options, and available support groups right here in our community. A stroke survivor will also be there to share their story. To register, call 501-6204. Free blood pressure screenings will be offered a half an hour prior to that program and again at the conclusion of the program. Also look for light refreshments to be served, and a grand prize drawing will be held. All right, coming up live at 5:30, they are the staple of fall, and Halloween But across the Northeast, pumpkins are not growing well because of the recent wet weather. Will Hazleton's harvest be affected too? We'll find out. And later, more with Madden. Our Freddie B traveled to New York City to bring us more on the Tampa Bay Rays.
You're watching News 13 with Janine Mazurkevich, Kristen Bazinski, Christina D'Amato, and Nikki Grimes.
Woo! Burgers are done. Pass the buns.
Not in my house! Yeah!
It's football season, and great deals are waiting for you at Burger Mazda. Like a new Mazda 3i Sport sedan starting at $16,990. Plus, we'll pay more for your trade guaranteed. Just off I-81, exit 145 Hazleton. Since 1921, drive with experience.
Come party on the patio here at the Hollywood Diner. Enjoy the nightlife outside with live entertainment on the patio every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We have great drink specials, food specials, and desserts. Open 7 days a week, 24 hours on the weekend. Come party at Hollywood Diner where everyone is treated like a star.
If you struggle with obesity, you know how difficult life can be, but there is help. The fully accredited Northeast Bariatric Center offers 3 surgical alternatives for weight loss, including the newest, minimally invasive sleeve procedure.
Improve your health and enjoy quality time with your family and friends. Just visit our website for more information or to check dates and times for our monthly informational session. You have a lot to gain by losing.
At Crop and Hughes Funeral Homes, we help you write the ending your loved one would have wanted. Every life tells a story about honor and sacrifice, about devotion and love. We not only take care of all arrangements connected with the memorial service, our specialty is in capturing the essence of a unique life for family and friends to celebrate. In writing a memorable final chapter as a fitting tribute, Crop and Hughes, here for you for more than 60 years. With 2 locations in the Hazleton area, we're not just at your service, we're by your side.
When it comes to all of your grocery needs, shop Boyer's Food Markets at 2 locations, 15th Street in Hazleton and South Hancock Street in McAdoo. Here are this week's specials. Every weekend, look in our hot food area for wings, tenders, and other party favorites. Don't forget about our gift cards and our senior citizens discounts. We also have double coupons every day. You can also go to BoyersFood.com for our weekly circular, monthly super specials, and much more. It's all at Boyer's Food Markets in Hazleton and McAdoo.
No one plans to be hurt. I'm attorney Conrad Falvello, and I have yet to meet anyone who would trade their health for money. But if you've had your livelihood taken away by someone else, don't kid yourself. No one's going to hand you a check. At Falvello Law, injury law is what we do every day. It's the only thing we do every day.
Falvello Law, injury lawyers.
A high-speed chase early this morning ended when the car police were trying to stop crashed. This is what it looked like on Diamond Avenue at the intersection with Cedar Street. It was about 4:30 this morning when the accident happened. The car smashed into a telephone pole, trapping the driver, 19-year-old Elvis Chaheda, inside. Firefighters had to cut him out of the mangled wreckage. We're told there were 2 others in the car with Chaheda. They fled the scene but were later caught. Police tell us they were 23-year-old Freddie Mendoza of Butler Township and 22-year-old Matthew Contes of South Wyoming Street. The chase started when Chaheda took off at a high rate of speed in the area of South Floral and Mine Streets. Chaheda, along with Contes, went to the hospital. Chaheda faces charges including fleeing from police. Mendoza was also arrested. It was a rainy morning for firefighters and police who responded to that accident in the city, and the temp didn't climb too high today either. Heading outdoors, taking a look at the Markle Building in downtown Hazleton. We'll see mostly cloudy skies taking us through the rest of this Tuesday evening with the temp dipping down to 56 degrees. Your sun sets tonight at 7:05. Your sun rises again on your Wednesday at 6:50 in the morning. Averages and records are on your screen right now. And let's check out your 4-day outlook and see if there's any more rain headed our way. Well, looks like Wednesday we're going to have scattered showers with mostly cloudy skies with a high near 70. 58's what we'll dip down to Wednesday night with showers likely. Thursday, more rain, cloudy with a high near 68. And same story, different night, Thursday night, cloudy skies, showers, 56. For Friday, we see a 50% chance of precipitation coming our way. Clouds remain and a high near 61. Friday night, chance of showers again, cloudy skies, low down to 63. Now, Saturday, we are going to see some cloudy skies, possibly the sun peeking through here and there. There's a slight chance of some rain with a high only up to 63 degrees. We'll dip down to 47 on your Saturday. And bringing you tonight's forecast here on News 13 live at 5:30 is the Lazy Dog Salon, offering dog and cat grooming, North Broad Street in West Hazleton. The number to call to make your pet an appointment, 459-0310. And look at this pretty pup, Coover, a standard poodle. Well, he or she gets their hair done at the Lazy Dog Salon, and your pet can too, just by making an appointment at 459-0310. All right, it's been a rough patch in the pumpkin patch. Halloween is just over a month away, but will you be able to carve a jack-o'-lantern this year? Hurricane Irene and Tropical Storm Lee washed out hundreds of pumpkins across the region, and the supply is very low in some parts of our state. But how's the crop here in Greater Hazleton? News 13's Christina D'Amato reports that one local grower will have plenty of pumpkins this fall.
It is only luck. There is no, when you're dealing with Mother Nature, you get what you're dealt and you deal with it.
And folks at Berger's Farm in Drums have been dealt a good hand. Luckily, their farm has missed a lot of the recent storms.
And we didn't have many flood damage, which a lot of other farmers are unfortunate around the area. But luckily, we got all our crops are doing well.
The first harvest has come in. While many people will just be hunting for pumpkins, it looks like you will be able to find the great pumpkin here.
So we have nice pumpkins, as you can see. It's doing pretty good. We had a little wind damage from the hurricane, but nothing that made big a difference. It knocked a little corn around, but we're still picking. We still got corn. We have just about everything that we would ordinarily have.
Like pumpkins in all different shapes, sizes, and colors. The farm prepared for the wet weather by using a new method of planting called no-till.
Plant rye in the fall now, and then when you go to plant the pumpkins in the spring, you roll the rye down, which leaves like a straw mulch down, and you plant into that. And now on a wet year it pays off because it helps hold the pumpkins off of the dirt, the straw, and on a dry year it holds the moisture down.
Farmers here say they're happy that their fall crops are thriving, but the weather has affected tomatoes.
The only thing that we are short on, which we still do have, is tomatoes, is the only thing, and that is more or less the cold, cloudy weather held that up. They're not a real cool crop, so they're taking this cool weather a little harder than the rest. But we still do have tomatoes. We do have nice tomatoes. They're on the pink side, but we do have tomatoes.
But even more pumpkins. Farmers say maybe it's the farm's location that saved them this year from a Halloween nightmare.
From around the area along the rivers, they got a little unfortunate. A lot of their crops got flooded right under, and some got hit with hail in the summer here, and the hurricanes hit a little harder. But like I said, I guess it's more of a luck thing. We managed to get missed, and no serious complete losses of anything of ours.
This week, workers will be out picking more pumpkins and setting up a pumpkin patch. In the community of Drums, Christina D'Amato, News 13.
Christina, thanks so much. There's more to come tonight here on your community news station. News 13 continues to help others who are on the road to recovery after the recent flooding. One local school is helping too. Holy Family Academy has several fundraisers going on to support the flood victims. It's all ahead after local sports with Freddie B.
Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on Channel 13, you will have 13 minutes to call in and win a free pay-per-view movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Tonight's winner, Thomas Murphy of Drums. Thomas, if you're watching, give us a call right now at 570-459-9813 to win your free movie.
The Mountain View Cemetery, located along North Street in West Hazleton, has served as a final resting place for beloved members of area families since 1900. This non-denominational cemetery is available for all. The new section will use flat bronze grave markers to denote the name of the loved ones. Please contact the Mountain View Cemetery Association, 454-8101.
The Top of the 80s is now serving Sunday breakfast from 8 to 12. Stop in this Sunday for these delicious morning meals.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Well, needless to say, whether you're a baseball fan or not, just being from around the greater Hazleton area, everybody tuning in on what's going on in Major League Baseball because the Tampa Bay Rays are kind of the team everybody's keeping an eye on right now. And we know we got Joe Madden, the manager. We now have Russ Kanzler, local product, who got called up and is in that dugout each and every night. So let's take a look because with 10 games to go, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. 2 games behind the Red Sox in the wild card lead. Tonight, the Rays open the first of 4 in the Bronx against the New York Yankees. The Yankees have opened up a 6-game advantage in the loss column over the Red Sox. So it looks like the only question is going to be, will it be Tampa or Boston sneaking in at the wild card? But yesterday, we were in New York City. We were talking with Joe Madden, and we wanted to know. It's got to be awful proud of what this Tampa Bay team has done from this underdog role.
Going into this last week right now here in New York, I think it's very interesting, but I am so proud of our guys and how they've handled this moment. You're seeing a lot of really young, hungry, tough guys with good makeup playing the game right now. And they're playing it right. We're playing it right. Our execution has been about as good as it's been all year over this last several weeks. So I'm really proud of our boys.
Now, while Joe Madden, Russ Kanzler, and company are taking care of things in the Bronx, the other one we want to keep our eye on is up at Fenway Park, where the Baltimore Orioles and Red Sox split a day-night doubleheader yesterday. And, you know, this is a team that had a 9-game lead over the Rays in the wild card when we were talking about basically Labor Day. And there's been an awful lot of comparisons to this year's team and way back to the 1964 Cardinals. Philly fans don't want to remember that one when the Phillies really coughed up the big lead. You know what the irony is? In 1964, a kid in Hazleton by the name of Joe Madden was a huge St. Louis Cardinals fan.
In Weatherly, we're putting a roof on our house, on our apartment building, in the summer of '64, and I'm 10, and I'm a big Cardinal fan, and they're all Yankee fans, and I'm up on that roof every day, and I could still smell those tar, which we used to wait till it would cool down at night and then break off a chunk and chew on it because they said it was good for the tartar in your teeth. I'm sure that's another one of those great wives' tales or grandmom's tales. Anyway, but every morning I'm out there, and it's hot. We're on this roof, and it's hot, and there's that black tar stuff being spread around. They're ripping the tar paper off, putting new stuff on. It's a flat roof, so you could walk around and comfortably. And these guys are giving me a hard time. I'm 10, and I got to defend myself as a 10-year-old. I'm an early Cardinal fan. I began in '63, but you know, between Brock and Flood and Kenny Boyer and Bob Gibson and Bill White and Julian Javier and Timmy McCarver, I've gotten to be friends with now. Every day I would defend my boys, and then eventually they catch the Phillies, and the rest, as they say, history. I was never more proud or happy as that summer of '64. And so now I'm reading in the papers that we have a chance to do something very similar to what the Cardinals did when they beat the Mets finally in the last week of the season. Last game, I think Gibson came in. Gibson had broken his leg that year on the line drive. Roberto Clemente hit him in the leg with a line drive. So he missed like 6 weeks, comes back at the end and does what he does. And so that was my first real foray into like playoff baseball with the Cardinals in 1964.
Now, of course, for many years we were spoiled where it was just Joe Madden when you checked in with the Rays, but we got that other guy from Hazleton, Russ Kanzler, so now every time we got to check in with him. And as you should know, on Friday, he got his first major league at bat in, of all places, Fenway Park. How thrilling is that for a young kid?
First off, I don't think you can really prepare yourself for that situation. You know, it's something, the accumulation of your life. Since I was, you know, a 3-year-old boy, I wanted to play in the major leagues, and you know, to finally get to this level after, you know, 7 years in the minor leagues has just been a dream come true. And you know, I've really enjoyed myself since I've been here. I've been able to watch a lot of great baseball and see the Rays make a push for the wild card. But you know, the night I got Joe gave me the call to pinch hit for Johnny Damon, who's going to be a Hall of Famer, which is something that I'll remember for the rest of my life. You know, you get that instant adrenaline rush. You know, especially being at a historic ballpark like Fenway Park. You know, shoot, I can remember seeing that background on a video game for like the last 10 years, and then you finally dig in and it's you up there, and that was a great feeling. And like I said, it's something that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
And what better place to have your first big league at bat than at Fenway Park? So Davey and I were discussing it. Davey Martinez and I were discussing it. Excuse me, for a while prior to the event. Seeing the score, he said, you know, if Johnny comes up again, I said, perfect. And so Russ goes up there. He works himself a really good at bat. He draws a walk, but fights off some good pitches. It seemed to be very calm in the moment. I'm sure he was not, but it looked that way. And I'm here to tell you, though, that this guy's a pretty good baseball player. He was Player of the Year in his league, and he led us in everything in the minor leagues. And on top of that, he's made a tremendous impression on our organization as a person.
So we'll keep an eye, and hopefully he gets in the Yankee series here. We'll let you know. Now, last night, up at the arena in Wilkes-Barre, isn't this amazing? It's that time of year again. You're taking a look at the Penguins. This is the annual gold-black game, and this is really what kicks off the American Hockey League schedule. From here, there will be some exhibition games. That'll be followed by the start of the regular season. Now, last night in the inter-squad game, it was Jordan Stale that stole the show. He had a couple of goals for the black team, but didn't matter. The gold came out on top. When you're always dealing with gold, they're always first. So should have called it maybe the yellow and black game, give black a chance. I don't know. But anyhow, if you're a hockey fan, it's coming up. And there's living proof of it. And we caught some of the action last night, and it was a lot of fun. So let's go Penguins. Get it started. Want to get the night started the right way? Well, Tuesday is always the most popular wing night in town at Bottlenecks. All you can eat of their award-winning jumbo wings for just $9.95. Lots of flavors and lots of fun at Bottlenecks, including 14 flat-screen TVs, kitchen open till midnight.
As a diabetic, where do I turn for the special healthcare products and advice I need?
Come into your nearby Good Neighbor Pharmacy. We specialize in the unique concerns and needs you have as a diabetic patient. Your Good Neighbor pharmacist has a fully trained staff, stocks a broad selection of the products you need, and takes a personal interest in your health and well-being.
Everything from socks, shoes, blankets, clothes, and cleaning supplies now fill our lobby here at News 13. We're assisting St. Paul's Lutheran Church with their Buckets of Love campaign. Church members are collecting household items from cleaning products, gloves, buckets, sponges, bleach, basically any products to help clean up the mess out there. News 13 is a drop-off site for that collection. You can bring items to us Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. All the buckets will be delivered to those who need them most. In addition, we are your drop-off spot for new and used clothing and socks, especially in children's sizes. It's called Support for Shikshini, a place completely destroyed by the flooding, leaving many folks with no clothes or personal belongings. To support Shikshini, bring new and used clothes right here to News 13 in downtown Hazleton through Friday, from 9 to 5, and we'll probably extend that into next week. We'll see. Help News 13 SSP TV, St. Paul's Church in Mountaintop, and Hazleton Mayor Joe Yanuzzi help those who need it most right now. We'll be collecting throughout the rest of this week, and everything will be delivered by Friday. I'd like to send out a great big thank you to everyone who has donated thus far. The response has been amazing. A local school is also helping out the flood victims. Let's now head to Holy Family Academy.
Well, I'm filling in for Nikki Kries for this week's Family Time here at Holy Family Academy, and the school is banding together to help flood victims. Joining me first is Miss Pauline. And Miss Pauline, what is your class doing to help those who are affected by the high waters?
Grades 4, 5, and 6 social studies class. They are actually going to raise money through a dress down day. Any student who wishes to participate for Red, White, and Blue Dress Down Day needs to pay $2, and then all of that money will go to the Diocesan Relief Fund. But this came about through our social studies lesson last Monday when we were talking about the remembrance and honoring and service for those victims of 9/11. And since it was a day of remembrance and service, we decided to help our community through the fundraising process.
Very good. And there's also a lot more help going on for those flood victims. Ms. Shaw, tell me about your project. Now, you're going to be collecting toiletry items, right?
That's correct. The whole school is assigned by grade a certain article to bring in to donate so that the Red Cross can put together what they call comfort packs. And the comfort packs are toiletry articles that are given to these victims if they are displaced from their homes, placed in a shelter perhaps or another home, when you just need that toothpaste, that comb, that bottle of sanitizer, whatever they need. And our older children will be assembling these comfort packs when they all arrive. In addition to that, the school is also collecting clothing, from children's clothing to adult clothing, and that clothing will be collected by the Holy Redeemer High School students in Wilkes-Barre and then distributed accordingly.
Very nice. And these things, we take for granted, but the people who are affected by the floods, they lost everything and they need the help. Very nice. When are these items due? Parents see this and
they are due. Collection is till the 30th of September for the toiletry articles and till October 7th for the clothes.
Okay, very good. And Mrs. Puhak, you're also helping the flood victims in a different way, and that's with selling lemonade. So tell me about that.
Well, we're focusing on helping the flood victims in the greater Bloomsburg area. And I tell my children all the time that our mission, one of our missions here at Holy Family, is really to put our faith into action. And so we're doing just that. Next Wednesday and Thursday, the 28th and the 29th, during both lunch periods, we're going to be conducting a lemonade sale. And the children are very excited. We're going to be making and selling the lemonade for 50 cents a cup. And again, all the proceeds will be sent to those in need in the Bloomsburg area.
Very nice. And I know News 13's invited. We'll come and check out your lemonade sale and also when you guys collect the items. Thanks so much, ladies. It just proves that, it's not just about education, which is very important here in Holy Family Academy, but it's also about community service and about reaching out to others that were affected with this tragedy. Thank you so much. Very good. If you want to bring in any clothing items or toiletry items, you could just drop them off here at the school. And also, students support the lemonade stand and also the dress down day here at Holy Family Academy.
Thanks, Christina, and kudos to everyone at Holy Family. All right, it's time once again to end our news with some bizarre news making headlines around the country. This time we head to Oregon, where a man pressed his luck one too many times and spent the night in a Nebraska detox cell after twice mistaking a police station for a casino and asking authorities for blackjack chips. According to reports, the 21-year-old man approached the University of Nebraska-Lincoln police station, its front desk, after a college football game Saturday night. He left after a staffer told him it was a police station, but he returned a few minutes later. That's when an office administered a blood alcohol test, which registered 0.273%, more than triple the state's legal driving limit. Police took him into protective custody while he sobered up. A police sergeant said the man had not committed a crime. He was not arrested, but the moral of the story is what's worse than losing all your chips? Waking up behind bars. So if you lose your first hand, it's best not to double down. That'll do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. If you want to catch this newscast again, tune in for a rebroadcast throughout tonight. We are also on tomorrow morning, and we're always on at ssptv.com. On behalf of all of us here at News 13, be safe and have yourselves a great night.